Alright guys, what's going on? Brandon here, and I'm going to walk you guys through a really good warm-up. So typically what we see people in the gym is they're bypassing the warm-up altogether. They'll go, and this is a little bit old school, but you see people on the elliptical trainer, they hit that for 5 minutes, they do a couple external rotations, and then they jump on the bench press. So in my opinion, your warm-up is potentially the most important part of your workout. It's an opportunity to focus your mind, to prep your body for what you're going to be doing in the gym. So this is a really easy way, a really easy acronym for understanding how to lay out a good warm-up. So we'll use the word ramp, and ramp stands for raise, activate, mobilize, and prime. So if you think about it, initially we want to raise body temperature, we want to engage in the nervous system, we want to get connected to the ground, connected to our breath, connected to our body. Activate, we're looking to activate key muscles that we're going to be asking to fire during our workout. We're going to mobilize components of the body that we're going to need for that workout and particular muscle groups that we're working to become better at opening up. And then we're going to prime or potentiate certain movements that are specific to what we're trying to accomplish. So generally speaking, this is a great way to start to go about organizing your warm-up. Okay, so that R, the raise component of our warm-up, we need to just get moving. So jump rope, that elliptical will still work, but we want it to be more than that. So we want to engage our full body. So typically what we're going to do here at Premier Fitness Systems is we're going to use locomotion drills. So traveling drills to engage the nervous system, to connect with our breath, connect with our body, to start to get things moving. So initially I'm just going to work up and down the gym. We'll start with butt kicks. So connecting your feet to the ground, extremely important for your workout. You're squatting, you're deadlifting, that connection is really important. We can integrate shuffles, so just old school shuffles, down and back, starting to move, get the body connected. Okay, then we're going to start to work in some specific patterns. So I'm going to work on engaging into the ground and starting to find my balance and my stabilization. So just working single leg stabilization, single leg balance. The goal of these movements, or this particular movement, is to work on my glutes, my hamstrings, and again, my feet. We can progress that. So from that position, we'll start to add speed. The faster I move, the harder it is to maintain balance, maintain control. So I'm engaged, I'm gonna move quick, I'm going to slow it down, I'm going to hold that position. I'll step forward. I'm cutting this way short, but you guys get the idea. So I'm engaged to the ground, I'm going to move quick, I'm going to slow it down, I'm going to decelerate. I'll do this 10 to 15 times or the length of the room and back. Then I'm going to start to work even more full body. So I'm going to get into a deep squat and I'm just going to start breathing. I want to engage my spine and start to warm it up. So I'm going to get some simple rotations and some reaches. As I start to warm up, I'm breathing, I'm focusing on moving air, which is hard to do when you're talking, but again, you guys get the idea. Okay, typically these movements will also be 10 to 15. Now I'm going to bring that back, hands into the ground. I'm working on closed chain. We call this a high butt crawl. So my hands are in the ground. I'm going to walk my feet up high. I'm wrapping my lats, and as I move each step, I'm getting strong through the lats, the serratus, all the scapular muscles, and I'm starting to engage all of those patterns. So again, I would move down the gym, I turn around and do that again. So my full body is starting to get warmed up. This is a lateral crawl or an ape crawl. So the pattern is going to be right hand, left hand, press away, cross in front, deep squat. Right hand, left hand, cross in front, deep squat. This will start to progress into a faster pattern. So it's the same pattern, but I'm going to move a little bit quicker. Right hand, right foot, right, left, press. Coming backwards, left, right. I'm starting to engage my whole body. Okay, so let's say that takes you 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, a little bit of a sweat, heart rate's elevated, body temperature is increased, with the goal of kind of touching everything. So I'm working my hands, my feet, breathing, full body patterns, closed chain, open chain patterns, okay? Now I will look at activating key muscle groups, right? So I wanna get my pelvis, my hip flexors. I'm in a good strong half kneel, and I'm gonna start to open up. So 3-way hip flexor stretch. I go 12, I go 2, pelvis underneath, find that position, right? Start to open up. 1, 2, 3. From the side, the key to this is that I'm not in extension. So most people, when they're going after their psoas and their hip flexors, they get way out here. I feel the stretch, but I'm extending through my back. You typically don't want that pattern. So I'm going to take my pelvis into a slight posterior tilt. I want to feel the hamstring, feel the glute, and then from there I open up. I don't have to move very far if my pelvis is in a good position. So 12, 2, good position, drive forward, open it up, and then I'll take that one further away out, tuck, and open. Typically we'll go through that, say 3 to 5 times to really engage the posterior chain and open up that hip flexor, okay? So from there, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna start to go up my spine. So cat-cow position, or cat-cow exercise, but I'm disassociating and I'm segmenting one vertebra at a time. The top of this movement is key. Most people will collapse their scapulas and that's their extension. You actually want to press through the ground and go at this spine, right? So right there, I'm in extension of the T-spine, and then I'm gonna reverse it, flexion all the way up. The goal is to move one vertebra at a time. And if you do it right, you feel your core. So there's good thoracic extension, a little bit of cervical extension, and then I'm gonna bring it back into flexion nice and slow. And again, that's a movement that will go 10 to 15 times, focused on breathing and engaging the full body. Okay, so now we're progressing right along, right? We've worked on raising our body temperature. You can see I'm a little out of breath. We're gonna activate certain muscle groups, and then we'll go out mobilizing muscle groups again. So let's start with our hips. So we're in a good 90-90 position. So I have 90 lead leg, 90 trail leg. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but starting out, I'm gonna put, I'll do this, you guys can see this. I've got my right arm in the ground. I'm using it as a brace. I've got my shoulder externally rotated, okay? My ribs are down. I'm gonna pull myself into the stretch, maintain that rib position, and then as I come up, I'm gonna rotate, close off my rib on the left side, and drive my left knee into the ground. So now I'm working internal hip rotation. So I have external, rib cage down. I can also imagine this is a clock and I have 12, 1, and I can start to play with different positions. I'm mobilizing the hips. I'll come up, ribs down, nice and strong. Drive that left knee into the ground. From a different angle, in this position, this rib cage closes down, right? I'm driving this left knee into the ground. Okay, so let's say I did that 10 times. Now I'm gonna I wanna open this left side, so I have external hip rotation. I'm gonna sit here for a second or so, and then I'm gonna open myself up into the middle. I'm driving both. Right now I'm in the same position on the opposite side. I'll reposition my hand, close off the rib position, come into the stretch. Open up, rib cage stays down, right knee through the ground. So internal hip rotation, external, go through that, say 10 times. So again, coming back, open up, nice and strong, and now I have the other side. Now I'm gonna actually bring my hands off the ground and start to just control those patterns. So I feel like I'm grooving my hips. I'm nice and strong, I'm opening up my hips, I'm attacking my spine as well. My body temperature is up, I've activated key muscles. Now I'm gonna look at mobilizing those muscles as well, okay? So now, we go at the hips, we'll go at the spine. So we did some cat-cows, we moved the spine. Most people are gonna be restricted in the thoracic spine, so we're gonna attack that. So from this position, say a Sphinx position, my butt is down. If this is extension, I want slight flexion, right? I'm gonna wrap my lats into the ground. My elbows are facing up, facing forward. I'm breathing, and from here, I'm going to flex and extend T-spine. A little bit of movement through your T-spine goes a long way. So what I feel as I'm doing this, I feel right between my shoulder blades, I feel my thoracic spine opening up. Focus on your breath, moving air, okay? Inhale, exhale, thoracic extension. When you do this, you don't want to end up here. So now I'm in full extension, I don't want that. We're going at just that thoracic spine. So the pelvis is underneath you, a little bit of flexion, wrap the lats, work on the thoracic spine. We'll progress that a little bit further. So from that position, we'll go to a standing position. Imagine you're sitting, or you're gonna sit on a high stool. So I'm in this kind of lazy squat position. The same rules apply. So my pelvis is gonna be underneath me. I'm gonna take my thumbs, put them into my chin. Now this would be just cervical motion, right? So right now I'm just kind of cranking in my neck. We wanna go at the T-spine. So the movement is happening at your shoulder blades. So there's gonna be some cervical movement, but not a lot. So there's thoracic extension, flexion. Thoracic extension and flexion. Notice how my lumbar spine is not moving. So when you first start doing this is what you have to try to avoid. It's really hard to isolate segments of your spine. So once you get in this position and you feel that flexion, your body's gonna want to do this, okay? This is no-no, because this is really easy to move, okay? Most of us do not have a hard time moving our lumbar spine, but our thoracic spine is locked up. So if you want a better front squat, you want just generally be healthier, we need to move that. So I'll do it again. I'm gonna get into this kind of lazy squat position. My lumbar spine is flexed. It doesn't hurt to feel it. Thumbs into your chin. Inhale, flex, exhale, extend. Inhale, flex, exhale, extend. This movement should be high volume, low intensity. So you want a lot of movement, but you don't want to crank on it, right? We're just trying to open everything up, okay? We'll move along, so we'll start to tie this together. So now I'm gonna go into a moving, so a traveling position where I'm working on finding my hip. So as I step, I wanna find the inside edge of my foot. So my big toe on my heel, I don't wanna lose my arch. I'm gonna sense my rib cage, my ribs are gonna rotate. As my ribs rotate, I lateralize my body into my right side. I don't want to be extended. So I feel the rib cage, I rotate, okay? I feel my adductor, I feel my hip, I feel my glute. And from there, I'm just gonna reach and load up that hip. You wanna feel adductor and glute, hold it for a 2-second count, step out. Shake it out a little bit, opposite. Left foot into the ground, inside edge, big toe heel, sense your rib cage, lateralize your ribs, rotate your rib cage. That side is closed down. We don't want extension. From there, I'm gonna reach, find my hip. Most people are gonna have a harder time finding their left hip than their right. So it's a really good drill to work on, just feel. Feel is key. So from the side, this position, I don't wanna be extended. So my ribs being up tells me I'm in extension. You don't want that. So I ground my foot, rotate my rib cage, sense the adductor, sense the hip. I'm not in extension, and then from there, you're just gonna load up and find the glute. So I need a lot of activation here. I feel like I'm opening up the posterior outlet from the other side. Right leg is down, inside edge of your foot. Ribs are gonna rotate, right? Stay out of extension. Sometimes feeling your spine is a good idea, right? I'm not in extension. Feel the adductor, feel the glute, reach, find the hip. It's a really powerful drill if you can feel it correctly, because that is gonna lead into a better deadlift, a better squat. If you have better access to your hips, your posterior outlet starts to open up. It's amazing how much more you can get out of your deadlifts or your squats. If you're all jammed up, good luck, right? That's a big thing that we see is people get overextended And I think as a fitness professional, we were taught to fear flexion. So everything was open up, but overextension is not good. So if your lumbar spine is an extension and you're loading a squat or a deadlift, that's how you hurt yourself. So if we can get our body out of that extension pattern, learn how to create a good brace, everything is gonna start to fall into place, okay? And then the last component of that warm-up is we want to prime our bodies. So typically primate or potentiation is gonna be done quick, okay? So squat jumps, I'm a big fan of single leg jumping. So here's one I typically will go in a split stance, and I'm just gonna jump, get out of it and catch, okay? Jump, get out of it and catch. 5 per side is fine. Shake it out, move around, come back to it. You're good, you're ready to go, you're ready to attack your workout.